The detention block of the Imperial warship Sovereign's Claw hummed with the sterile efficiency of Zarthian technology. Commander Zixral stood before the transparent energy barrier, his 4 eyes examining the 20 human females, huddled in the cell with what he assumed was appropriate smugness. Weak, fragile, emotional. He clicked through his translator. The intelligence reports were accurate. These humans will make excellent leverage. The Galactic Empire had been at war with humanity for 3 cycles now, and the conquest had proven frustratingly difficult. Humans were stubborn, unpredictable, and refused to surrender despite losing system after system. So, the High Command had devised a new strategy: capture their females, force capitulation through hostage negotiations. Susan Martinez sat against the cold wall, her knees drawn up to her chest. Around her, women ranging from 18 to 40 whispered anxiously, some crying, others staring blankly at nothing. The Zarthians had taken them from a civilian transport near the Orion Nebula. Easy prey. Defenseless. That's what the aliens thought, anyway. Susan caught the eye of Emily Chen across the cell. A subtle nod passed between them. Then, Sarah Williams, Jessica Park. One by one, recognition flickered across 20 pairs of eyes. The crying stopped. The whispers died. Commander Zixral noticed the change but misinterpreted it. Fear finally settling in. He assumed. "Prepare the transmission," he ordered his subordinate. "We'll broadcast their capture to the human fleet. Let's see how long their precious bravado lasts when..." The lights went out. Emergency red lighting kicked in 3 seconds later, bathing everything in crimson. Alarm klaxons wailed. Zixral's mandibles clicked in confusion as he turned toward the command deck. "Report!" he barked. "Unknown, Commander. Multiple systems are failing across decks 7 through 12. Environmental controls, security systems, internal sensors, all offline. Impossible. This ship has triple redundancy. How could..." He turned back to the cell. It was empty. The energy barrier flickered weakly, its power intermittent. The 20 human females had vanished. "Seal all sections. Find them." Zixral roared, his composure cracking. "They're unarmed, untrained civilians. How difficult can it be?" Very difficult, as it turned out. Evan Brooks was 3 decks below, working frantically in the engine room he'd been assigned after his own capture 2 weeks prior. The Zarthians thought humans made excellent slave labor, strong backs, clever hands, but too primitive to understand their technology. Another miscalculation. His neural implant, the one the aliens hadn't detected during processing, buzzed with encrypted data. The women from the transport had linked up with the resistance network the moment they'd been brought aboard. Susan had been a systems engineer. Emily, a former military IT specialist. Sarah had worked cybersecurity for the Colonial Defense Force. The Empire had captured exactly the wrong type of weak females. "Evan, we're in," Susan's voice crackled through his implant. "Access to primary weapons control in 90 seconds. Copy that. Engine room secure. Ready to implement Phase 2 on your mark." Above them, chaos consumed the Sovereign's Claw. Security teams chased shadows through darkened corridors. Automated defenses turned on their operators. Doors sealed randomly, trapping crew members in sections. Life support cycled erratically, leaving some areas freezing while others became uncomfortably warm. Commander Zixral stormed onto the bridge, his exoskeleton rattling with agitation. "Status. We've lost control of 90% of ship systems, Commander. Something is rewriting our core protocols. It's like nothing we've seen before. Adaptive, learning, anticipating our countermeasures. That's impossible. Human technology is centuries behind ours. They don't have this kind of capability." The main view screen flickered to life unbidden. Susan's face appeared, calm and professional, sitting in what was clearly the ship's auxiliary control room. "Hi there," she said pleasantly. "Susan Martinez, formerly of the Terran Engineering Corps. I wanted to personally thank you for the educational tour of your ship. Exarthian technology is fascinating. All those redundancies, all those safeguards, all that encrypted code. she smiled. Also, entirely dependent on binary logic systems that my 6-year-old nephew could hack. Zixral's mandibles trembled with rage. You will be executed for this. All of you. The Empire does not. The Empire is done, Susan interrupted. Your weapons systems are now under our control. Your engines, too. Oh. And we've transmitted your entire tactical database to the human fleet. Encryption keys, patrol routes, supply lines, command codes, everything. The bridge fell silent except for the klaxons. Also, Susan continued, we've been talking to your other guests. Turns out you've captured quite a few humans over the past 3 cycles. Engineers, programmers, scientists. All of us supposedly weak and defenseless. Her expression hardened. You kept us alive because you thought we'd be useful. You were right. Just not the way you intended. Evan's voice joined the transmission. Engine overload initiated. You have 12 minutes to evacuate before this ship tears itself apart. This is an act of war. Zixral sputtered. No. Susan replied coldly. This is an act of consequence. You thought capturing our women would break humanity's spirit. Instead, you handed us the keys to your entire fleet. Throughout the Galactic Empire's territories, similar scenes played out on dozens of ships. Every captured human, male and female, young and old, had been watching, learning, waiting. The Empire had scattered them throughout their forces like seeds, never imagining those seeds might grow into something dangerous. As evacuation pods jettisoned from the dying warship, Commander Zixral watched through the viewport as the human fleet emerged from faster-than-light travel. They'd known exactly where to find his ship. Of course they had. He'd given them everything they needed. The last thing he saw before his pod sealed was Susan Martinez, standing tall in the auxiliary control room, surrounded by 19 other, weak, fragile, emotional human females. They were smiling. The Galactic Empire had learned an important lesson that day, though far too late. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology or military might. It was their absolute refusal to surrender, and their terrifying ability to turn any situation, no matter how dire, into an opportunity, especially when you underestimated them.